thanks so much. Well, scammers are now moving to texting. Plus, people are stressing about those holiday gifts and buying them. And during the holidays, how much should you tip and to whom? Well, we have our financial analyst, Steve Budin, here to discuss this and more in this week's Financial Focus. A lot to get to this week.
Yep.
Let's start with these scammers. And a scam you're calling smishing?
Smishing. I didn't invent the term. I had heard about it over the weekend.
Okay.
But we're all familiar with the term phishing,
Right.
where scammers are trying to get your personal information through email. Smishing is when they're trying to do it through texting. And with over $9 billion in one day expected to be spent today on Cyber Monday, most folks are now using their mobile phones or their iPads or tablets to order gifts.
Right.
So the thieves are catching up and they're now smishing.
So how does this work? You are in like a public place or something where you're connecting to some sort of public Wi-Fi?
Right, and this is the big warning, right? If you're in a particular coffee bar or a public space, make sure the Wi-Fi system you're using is secured. Many of these Wi-Fi systems are unsecured, and all you have to do is go to your settings and it'll tell you. But you'll do shopping and you'll place an order to buy something.
Right.
A text message will come shortly thereafter, and it'll ask you to confirm your payment information or download an app, or it'll have a link, and they want you to text the response to that. Don't do it, because those are usually fraudulent. If you're ever in doubt, do nothing. You could always call or email the institution or the vendor separately, but you never want to have that link connect to your phone, because then they can drain all your information.
Absolutely. So we're used to giving our financial information. Yeah. You have to when you buy something, but the catch is when you get a text message after asking you for your financial information again, you should just ignore that, because that's not legit.
That's correct. And we tend to trust the phone more than we do the email. Just because you get a text message doesn't mean that it's any more safe. So just be careful. If in doubt, don't do anything.
All right, we got to get to the gift buying,
Yeah.
because I think this is something that stresses out a lot of
Yes,
people,
it does.
myself included. So you are kind of proposing laying down some groundwork, especially if you're in a work environment or maybe at home with the family, about buying gifts. That takes some of the stress away.
Yeah, I never get involved in the family squabble, so we'll keep it to the workplace. But I had read that 65% of employees will stress out over the kind of gifts to buy their coworkers.
Sure.
So I know in our office we do these white elephants, and we exchange gifts with folks, and it's fun. You want it to be joyous and fun and appreciative of the people you work with, right?
Right.
So what we do is we send a spending limit. We'll say $25 is the maximum, and everybody kind of agrees, so nobody's stressed that they're breaking their budget. And I think that could be a good set of ground rules. I was talking to some of the producers backstage here, and they have the same type of feeling. How much should I spend? I don't want to be looked on as cheap,
right,
but I don't want to overspend, and what is this person going to like? So I think if you set out some ground rules early, you'll do okay.
And I think if you're looking for some guidance, maybe you should be the person to step up in the workplace and say, listen guys, we need a budget limit, and I think everyone else is going to be appreciative of that kind of move.
Yeah, and I think everybody in the back elected you to do that. So you're the man now.
All right, I'll get right on that. $10, no more. Just the final one, it slipped my mind. What was the final one?
The final one is the tipping.
Tipping, that's right.
The one everybody was asking us about.
Mailmen.
Mailman, hairdressers, babysitters, maybe personal trainers, pet groomers. The old question is how much and who should I tip?
Right.
And usually if you go to, there's a lot of these etiquette websites out there that you can check out, and they'll give you some good guidelines, but usually if it's somebody that provides more than one service to you, it's an ongoing service, your letter carrier. Now keep in mind, we live in a tipping town, so the more people you tip, the better service you're going to get. Don't feel obligated to tip somebody who just provides one type of service, but a good rule of thumb is whatever your hairdresser, the dog walker, whatever it might be, one payment is usually a good rule of thumb for tipping. But a good hostess in a restaurant, a good bartender in a restaurant you go to, these are people you want to take care of.
Especially if you want that good service to continue.
That's right.
That helps.
That's right.
All right, Steve, thanks so much. That was
Sure.
today's Financial Focus. We'll be right back.